Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm sharing 7 things a Scorpio moon should never do. This is because I had a video that I published on the Scorpio moon and it seemed like you guys liked it a lot and that there's a lot of you watching this channel. So today I wanted to share with you 7 things that Scorpio moons should never do. So let's dive in. Hello and welcome back to the Be the Hero channel. My name is Isabelle and I help you understand who you are using personality typing and astrology. I was the kind of person who did not understand themselves for way too long, and so I never really knew what my desires were or who I was, and so I constantly felt confused, overwhelmed, and lost. Then I discovered birth charts, astrology, Enneagram, Myers-Briggs, and so much more, and I finally understood myself. So now I'm here to teach you about these things so that you can understand them too and understand yourself. I recently published a series on this channel about the moon through the signs, and the one that got a lot of traction is the Scorpio moon. So it seems like there's a lot of you guys watching this channel. So today I wanted to share with you 7 things a Scorpio moon should never do because your moon sign is highly important for your emotional fulfillment. The moon in our birth chart represents what emotions we tend to feel, what our emotional patterns tend to be, what we seek for emotional fulfillment, and how we fulfill that. So for Scorpio moons, they tend to seek emotional intensity. And if you want to learn more about Scorpio moons, you can watch the video on our channel about the Scorpio moon. The picture will say the biggest struggles for a Scorpio moon, but it covers everything you need to know about being a moon in Scorpio. So number 1, the first thing a Scorpio moon should never do is deny their intuition. Now, Scorpio is a water sign, and so all of the water signs are highly intuitive people. I think Scorpio is quite possibly, in a certain sense, the most intuitive of the signs. And this is because Scorpio has the ability to investigate and see things beyond the surface. They're always diving deep and searching for more. So people with a moon in Scorpio tend to be highly intuitive. They emotionally can feel and know things before they see them on the surface. And this can play out in whether they should take a certain career path or whether they should trust a certain person or whether they should talk to them. So Scorpio moons, never deny your intuition. Listen to that intuition and act in alignment with it. If you feel like you're disconnected from your intuition as a Scorpio moon and you don't quite know how to embrace it, meditating on your intuition can be really helpful for you for tapping into it and practicing noticing your intuition throughout your day about just making small decisions like I should turn right now, I should turn left, I should pick this, I should do that. Tarot reading is not something that I personally do because I don't love it so much, but tarot reading could be a way for you to connect to your intuition. Number 2, be practical and methodical. Scorpio, the moon, first of all, represents our emotional patterns, and the moon changes signs every 2.5 days. So no matter the sign it's in, it represents this shorter term cycle that we go through. So people with a Scorpio moon especially are always going to have very extreme high highs and low lows, and they want to seek intensity. They need emotional intensity for fulfillment, and there's good and bad ways that you can do this. But generally, a Scorpio moon should try to avoid being methodical all the time because every now and then they need to act off of impulse. So what are ways that you can act off of impulse? Whether it's making decisions about what you do for exercise or what you do at work or who you go out with, who you talk to, you need to act off of impulse for emotional fulfillment. Number 3, repress your feelings. Like I just said, Scorpio moons have extremely high highs and extremely low lows. And this is because Scorpio is the archetype of depth and intimacy. And so they're always seeking depth in what they do. So when applied to the moon in Scorpio, they are generally going to have really high highs and then rapidly change to having a low low. And this is just going to be your emotional, energetic tendency. So if you repress that part of you and try to ignore the fact that you are like that, you're going to find yourself feeling emotionally conflicted and troubled. So instead, embrace the fact that you have high highs and low lows, and even better yet, let people know who are closest to you that this is just the way you function. Oftentimes, family members, friends, or loved ones can be concerned that you are on top of the world and then down in a ditch. And just tell them, look, this is just my way of expressing emotion. I honestly am frankly not that low. This is just how I express it. So I'm gonna give myself some space while I'm going through this emotional roller coaster, but know that I am fine and I will come back to you when I'm feeling good. Number 4, isolate yourself. A Scorpio moon should never consider isolating themselves because a moon in Scorpio has a lot to do with intimacy. And again, the moon shows you what you need for emotional fulfillment. And Scorpio is all about intimate relationships. And so Scorpio can have a tendency to find it hard to form a close connection with people or even with themselves because it is very chaotic and they don't want to trust people. But it's extremely important that a moon in Scorpio forms intimate relationships with other people and with themselves. So spend time alone first, Scorpio moons. Get intimate and close with yourself. Learn everything there is to know about yourself. Be your own best friend, and then seek out an intimate relationship. Now, on the note of intimate relationships, depending on the house that your moon is in Scorpio, Scorpio is the sign that your moon is in, but you need to know the house too, and that's represented by the Roman numerals on your birth chart. Know what house your moon is in to know where you should seek that intimate relationship. If it's in your 7th house, you 100% need an intimate romantic partnership. If it's in your 4th house, you need to be intimate and close with your family. If it's in your 1st house, you need to be intimate with yourself, and so on. Number 5, what Scorpio moons should not do is trust no one. Scorpio is generally a mistrusting zodiac sign, and this is because they see the depths so much within people, they can sense darkness, that they just automatically assume that everyone is not worthy of trust, that they're going to betray them, that they have evil intentions. And so this connects to the point I made before that Scorpio can tend to isolate themselves from people. And Scorpio moons do need connection. So while it might not be your natural tendency to let people in, work on that sense of trust and build trust with yourself, trusting that you'll be able to heal and that you're there for yourself, trusting others that you can rely on them, you can open up to them, and trusting the world that you are protected, that the world's not dangerous. Number 6, ignore your shadows. Naturally, Scorpio has a lot of depths to them. They have a lot of dark sides, and Scorpio archetype represents strong power, which could also show up as strong evil powers. And so it's probably really important for a Scorpio moon to do shadow work because naturally they're in their emotional life, they're going to seek power and control and intensity, and they might do this in negative ways or through manipulation. Manipulation is a theme that comes up with Scorpio. It's not your fault, it's just part of it. So journal about what your negative aspects might be. What are your shadows? What are the parts of yourself that you might feel ashamed of? It might be more intimacy related, or it might be how you manipulate other people. And finally, number 7, never seek intensity. Naturally, the Scorpio sign wants intensity. And so it's important for a moon in Scorpio to find a healthy dose of that intensity. So here's why you need to do this, and here's why a Scorpio moon should never not seek intensity. I think I said that right. My brain is not working there, but Scorpio's moons need intensity, and if they don't do it on a conscious way, they're gonna start seeking intensity in unconscious ways. And this could make them pick fights with their partner. It could make them seek drama in their career. It can make them feel like they're constantly living in some crisis somewhere or stirring the pot. Whereas instead, if a Scorpio moon seeks healthy intensity and is consciously aware of that they want intensity, they will seek intensity through healthier means. So for you, Scorpio moons, your intensity could be found in exercise. It could be found through a hobby. It could be found through what you do in your day-to-day life. Whatever it is, what allows you to healthily embrace intensity and do that thing. There you have it. Those are 7 things a Scorpio moon should never do. What else did I miss? Let me know in the comments below. While you're down there, grab the free birth chart workbook if you haven't grabbed it yet already. And why don't you go ahead and grab one of these, my Horoscope Made Me Do It hoodies, which I'm offering for a limited time. Grab yours now so that we can be matching and look super cute together. That's in the link in the description below. If you haven't grabbed the Making Mindfulness Fun bundle, I have all 30 of our workbooks and courses on astrology, Enneagram, Myers-Briggs, and so much more available for only $30. That is $1 per course per workbook. Grab it now for a lifetime's worth of self-discovery and astrology courses and workbooks. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you want me to do the same thing for another moon sign, and I will be sure to film it shortly. Once again, my name is Isabelle, and from my heart to yours, namaste.